All right, people, we are live. Live, live. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Back and Now podcast. I am your host, Akil, joined by my illustrious co-host in Toronto.
What's good? What's happening? What's popping, everybody? I go by the name K to the C. I'm also your host here, ready to go. Let's get it.
We are joined by the Geek Salad. Is the salad tossed? Does the salad have dressing?
Listen, man, we don't kink shame. We definitely don't.
We don't, man.
Definitely don't kink shame. That's not what we do.
That's
How
right.
you brothers doing, man? It's been a while since I talked to y'all.
What's going on, man? Glad to be
good,
here.
man. That's right, man. Yeah, you know.
Before we jump into this review, I just want to talk to y'all. What y'all been doing? What y'all been watching? What is going on in the world of Geek Salad?
I'll let Arya go first.
Yo, creating content, man. Trying to make the content doper. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Speaking of dope people doing dope interviews, man. Loving it.
Yep. And don't forget, we're twinning the day with our Geek Salad merch on right now. You know, don't forget about that.
Let me throw the illustrious locks to the side.
Illustrious locks.
You know.
I remember we had similar journeys. You were doing the comedy, you were doing the weight loss. I want to update on that. What's going on with that?
Oh, I am. So the goal is to lose 100 pounds. I started at the beginning of the year. Want to get down 100 pounds exactly. It's funny because I got like a bunch of, I ain't gonna say a bunch. I got two people who are big fitness influencers, right? And I'm looking at the money they make. I'm like, it's like, let me go ahead and just like actually do this weight loss journey, drop this weight, and then help people, and also get paid at the same time.
You trying to be a sex symbol? You trying to be a sex
man,
symbol?
All of the above.
I appreciate that, man.
Shoot. Go for it.
That's
who the two influencers you're messing with. Who are you watching?
What's my guy's name? Corey Armstrong.
Okay.
And it's cool, like looking at him, man, because like I started following him like last year, maybe the year before that. And I seen this dude grow on Instagram and YouTube from like 10, 15,000 followers. He's well over 100K now. So I'm looking at him. He'll do a video, like 3 fitness tips or whatever. And he'll be like, yo, if you want more stuff like this, or if you want coaching, put like a flex in the comments, right? Going through the comments, bro. It's comment after comment. I was like, yo, that's all I see is dollar signs. So I'm like 40 pounds down from the start of the year.
That's nice, man.
Yes,
fantastic.
60 more to go, and we in there, man.
I'm down 33, man. I'm not there with you, but
that's what's
everybody.
up.
Congrats.
That's amazing. Yeah, congrats to that.
You know what I'm
congrats to that.
Yes, sir. Damn COVID weight. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man. I
was fat before COVID. I can't angle hold you. I can't even blame COVID for that. COVID just made me fatter, but I was already plump. I was plump pre-COVID. So,
are you at the big head, little body stage? That's where I was. I had to start putting on some more muscle.
I always say I'm built like Bluto, bro. Like I'm straight Johnny Bravo. I'm like all chest, and I don't got skinny legs, but it's definitely a taper down. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is like a triangle.
Like sharp taper, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's
I hear you.
All right, Casey, before we jump into this review, what you been up to, sir? What's going on?
I've been messing with Tears of the Kingdom, and I've been messing with Street Fighter 6.
Okay,
Street Fighter 6 is an absolute amazing game. They've answered and done the things that I wanted them to do in a fighting game, which is create a proper bridge for the beginner person who doesn't play fighting games to become an elite fighter if they want to, without having to reach out to YouTube channels or buy a guide or talk to other people or hit an arcade and get their ass kicked for $50,000 worth. You know what I mean? Until they actually get the rhythm of the game. This one gives you everything you need to be able to start off and get going in fighting games. So it opens up the door for Mortal Kombat to be amazing, Tekken to be amazing, for all these different games to come through and other people to mess with them. And I applaud it for that. It's a must play, and I've been really enjoying it.
The bearded one. I don't want to ignore you. What you been up to?
Oh man, kind of like that, man. My son and I, we have this thing where we're playing Tears of the Kingdom, and we try to outdo each other's creations in the game. So we've been going back and forth about that. Like, well, we'll go on YouTube like, hey, Dad, I found this out, that out. So we've been doing that together. That's cool, you know, just doing some father-son bonding, you know what I'm saying? You know, trying to get our merch game up. You know, I wanna make bucket hats. I noticed that they don't make bucket hats for big head niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I want to create a niche for bucket hats for dudes with big heads like me. You know what I'm saying? So I think I can corner that market, man.
All heads matter.
That's it, bro.
All heads matter.
Trying to pull it down and stop like way up here.
Right now, man. Nah. Yeah.
You know what I don't like those brimless hats, man. I can't jump on board with that yet.
So it's like it's more like a fitted cap, but it's like
a fitted cap, but the brim's gone. It's just all fitted.
Oh no.
That's wild.
Wow, it's like a condom for your head. I call it head condom.
I grew up in the 90s, bro. We would never. In fact, this man just let's see what was it. Okay, this man just finally got me on this whole Croc phase. I got one pair,
brother.
Before last year, I said I would never wear Crocs. It's straight Jordans.
I'm still
Air Forces. Maybe
I just got these the other day, man.
They're nice. They're nice,
bro.
They look nice.
One pair
they look nice.
At Christmas, a pair of Adidas Crocs. It's some basic joint. I wear them like every day, bro.
I got the Black Panther joints, bro, with the claws coming out.
Oh, okay. I ain't never did that. That's kind of out there, man. But I'll rock with it though. I would.
Black Panther joints are fire. All right. Let's get into this review because there's so much to discuss. Everybody listening up, we're going to be spoiler free for as long as we can.
Yes.
But once them doors open,
I'm ready. Man.
We're about to spread. All right, so let's get into this review. If you are listening to the podcast, timestamp, where is this? We are at the
6 minutes and 50, 51, 52.
So this is where the review starts if you're listening. And this is going to be spoiler free. Let's get into this. So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, directed by Joaquin Dos Santos, Kent Powers, Justin K. Thompson. The writers are Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and David Chalahan, starring Shamik Moore, not Shamara Moore, but Shamik Moore, Haley Steinfeld, and Oscar Isaac, and plenty others. This movie for me was a work of art. This was a work of art that anytime I was watching this movie, like if you were to freeze frame any scene in this movie, you put that up on your wall.
I agree.
And that's next level art. Not just on the acting and story standpoint, the artistic cinematography that we've seen, the different art styles that corresponded with the different universes. Yes. Well, yeah, this is open. Y'all jump in. What y'all think?
Listen, I agree with you, man. Every ounce of color just pops out in different ways, and whenever certain characters talk, it's like their colors, you know, coincide with how they're feeling or what they're going through. Yo, I told Arya this earlier today, man. This is probably one of the best animated movies ever. Bar none, ever. You know what I'm saying? And I wait for the spoilers, man. But I love everything about this movie: the heart, the voice acting, the action. My God, the action is sometimes it's hard to follow, but it doesn't get too chaotic to where you lose focus. It's just the right amount of action and web slinging that the kid in me was like standing up and doing cartwheels all throughout the movie, man. So, but hands down, man, this movie is amazing.
Absolutely.
For sure. Are you good?
There's not a lot of movies that I'd recommend to adults that are cartoons to go see in theaters. But this one, honestly, I could say, watch the first one at home, enjoy that, take it in, understand it. Go see this one in theaters. You must see this on a big screen. It's like an art picture, like with Vulture fighting and all that. With that part right there was absolutely amazing. The action, the comedy, the complex story that they have in this thing. This movie is stunning. I highly recommend it to everybody to go check this out in theaters.
Okay, let me just say this because I'm like a big fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The show is so stupid, but like it's.
I love that show. Go ahead.
Listen,
be proud.
Listen, I did not know Andy Samberg was Ben Reilly. I couldn't figure out why I thought his parts were so funny, but it was that the cast of this joint. Let me just name some of these people: Andy Samberg, Mahershala Ali, Laura Velez, Jake Johnson, who played Spider-Man,
Peter B. Parker.
Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya,
Hopping.
Oscar Isaac, Brian Tyree, Shamik Moore. Bro, like this, the cast is ridiculous, first and foremost. And it's like y'all was saying to y'all points, it was beautiful to watch. I'm kind of mad that we have to wait for a resolution until next year. You know what I'm saying? But
that was my
it's
one
gonna be
gripe
here in
with
March.
this.
So at least it's not that long that we gotta wait for it.
Right.
Yeah.
This movie was dope, bro. Like, and as the father of a black teenage son, I like that he has a hero that's his age, that's black like he is, that's dealing with some of the issues that we face as black people, right? But it doesn't get preachy at any point. It's just dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool to see that. It's a lot of black excellence in it, a lot of brown excellence in it. It's a dope movie. I'm thinking I don't know. I have to see it again before I would definitively say it's better than the first one. It's definitely bigger because it's sequel. They always try to go bigger, try to one up the predecessor.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one I like more. I'm just glad I got both of them. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like having a couple girls. Like you got your regular girl, you got your side chick. Look, that's neither here nor there. But
I don't know that lifestyle you speak of, sir.
Listen,
I just have
bro,
two different types of Bibles,
you
know.
just need a little seasoning, just a little seasoning on the side.
I don't know that.
Got my salt baked glass
lifestyle.
season on the side. You know what I'm saying? But dope movie, dope movie. Can't wait for the next part.
I didn't realize how young Miles was in this. Like I thought he was 13 in the last film. He's 15 in this one. I was like, we're going through way too much for a 15-year-old.
Exactly.
Give my boy a break, man.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, growing up, he's a love sick. He's going through growth spurts. He's trying to be a hero, trying to stay in school, be there on time in classes, get in and be in Spanish when he speaks Spanish. I mean, he's a kid, man, going through all this stuff, and then just halfway through the movie, I hope y'all agree, man. Like the storyline gets dark, and I didn't see it coming. And I was like, "Yo, y'all going there?" Because this is what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man, and he's fighting against that. And it just took the movie in a whole nother direction. And I love the way that it was going from there.
Yeah,
I like how all the characters are fully fleshed out. Like Spider-Gwen had her own little arc. Indian Spider-Man, it was a weird moment. I was in my theater when he popped up. I was just like, okay, cool, Indian Spider-Man. I had like a whole row of Indian people behind me.
Spider-Man! I know they was going ahead. Just break out in the whole choreographed Bollywood.
So that was the energy, and I'd like, something that might not mean something to you is a big deal for another, and that's what I like about this movie. I feel like everybody is seen.
Yeah, definitely has representation.
Spider-Man they can identify with.
I agree.
Yeah. The first one, it's going to be debatable when time goes on of which one is the better one, the first one versus this one. Because the first one, to me, it introduced everything, so it's going to always be held high. But that one felt like it was your first time driving a car. This one, they took it to the furthest extent, and it felt like first time hitting the highway. You know what I mean? Like, everything was just a go. And, like, the art in this was so amazing. I just can't get over how beautiful they made things look. Even in the scene in the trailer when they're hanging upside down, and you could see the skin like move because they're upside down. Like those little details were so sick.
Did y'all notice before the movie started, it was like a black screen? There was like a cough sign in like the bottom right hand corner before the scene started. I was like, see, it's just those little touches, man, that let you know the animators took their time with this movie. So the 5-year wait to me was worth it.
Absolutely.
Let me throw this out there though. Is this the greatest animated movie ever?
This to me reminded me of Roger Rabbit, but I feel like it's gonna surpass it. But I feel like the third one. I feel like the third one's gonna surpass it. I have theories. We're gonna talk about that in spoilers, but I feel like for now this is it. Until part 3 is like, y'all, I just gave y'all the tip. I ain't put the whole thing in. They just giving us the tip right now. I feel like part 3 is when they go all in. All
Got some
in
more
part
inches
3.
for your girl. More
Yeah,
inches.
they're like, we got more inches. Okay.
More
Okay.
inches.
I'm a grower
That
now.
was my
Sure. Yeah.
that was my one gripe with this movie is I didn't know there was going to be part 3 going into it. So when I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that, I was like,
My gripe is the same one, but it's the opposite. I found out just before I took the kids to see it yesterday that there
Okay.
was going to be a third one.
Yeah.
So that made me like, as I'm enjoying the movie, it's like, okay, but I know they're not gonna have a full resolution. So it kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Mhm.
What the hell was it, Johnson? That
Ah.
shit? Okay,
That's
it took me out of it a little. I gotta stop. I gotta get off the shade room. I'm on the shade room.
Out here
I
being
don't know what this was, bro. I don't do that, man. I don't know what it was.
Saucy Santana, little Saucy Santana right there.
Right.
Oh, boo. I mean, it's June, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So your pride,
Rainbow
man. It's
all
June.
around, like-
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. How y'all feeling? You want to get into spoilers? You want to keep talking about it in
Let's
this,
keep talking.
in this
Yo,
fashion?
Real quick.
Okay.
This hasn't happened for me in a while, but like when the movie ended, you know how Soups is always hyping up shit. Let's go. This was like the first time for a while that I had that energy at the end of a film. Like Marvel hasn't been doing that. And you know how they say there's superhero fatigue? There's formulaic story fatigue. That's what the problem is. And that's why movies like this and Guardians are getting people hyped because they're going against the formula and they're giving us good storytelling. I saw the trailer for Marvels. I was just like, I watched this. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Part 2. Like that's the energy I got because I know it wasn't formulaic. I know that there's some heart, there's some nuance, there's some good storytelling, and that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. To answer your question, I do think this is the best animated movie we have.
Ooh.
This is something I could recommend to other people that are of our age group and that don't watch comic book stuff, and I could say confidently, go check this out. You're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, there's a lot of other movies that I don't think they would get or understand or want to watch the full thing, but this one, the story has complex stuff in it to keep people in their seats and interested. The time flies by with the action, the fighting, and the art that you see on the walls. The actors bring chemistry and great dialogue. So the writing is amazing. Yeah, I highly would recommend this, and I say it is top tier. It is the best one we got right now.
Ooh.
Seeing Miles Morales warm up a beef patty in the microwave as a West Indian man.
Warm my heart.
Yeah, man.
I said, warm the thing up nice, Miles.
All he was missing was the cocoa bread.
Yeah.
My man. That's right.
That's it.
Bad man Miles.
The movie did feel like the beginning part of it felt still New York too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
the black and
New York.
brown all around it. Real talk, man. This movie gave us a villain that was played for laughs in the beginning, but then he became terrifying in a real
And
way.
I love that. I love that they did that.
Yeah, man. So Spot, that's his name, right?
Yeah,
Spot.
Spot.
Yeah.
Spot or the Spot or something.
The Spot, yeah, man. I mean, and then even him explaining his backstory and how he became the Spot was so damn funny, man. But slice of tragic afterwards, but then what his aim is to be later on in the movie, which we'll discuss in the spoilers, man. It's like, yo, the way that they wrote this character was so damn clever. It's again, man, chef's kiss to the writers, man.
Respect on his name. That's all. That's his whole character art.
That's all we want,
Respect
man.
on my name.
I did not expect it. I was gonna say I didn't expect it to get it as complex as it did, which it's not a bad thing. I just didn't think they were going to go there. I definitely want to see it again just to get some more of the, the nuances that you might have missed on the first viewing of it.
Yeah. And the Easter eggs. This had billions of Easter eggs.
So many.
But the Spot is a character that was introduced to me from the cartoon in the 90s. And a lot of people, after seeing him in that cartoon, wanted to see more of him. But we never seen him in any major spots or cartoons or movies or anything like that. Comic books. So to see him like to see him in this, it was after Kingpin. It was kind of like, wow, they're really going with that guy. They're pulling him out of all the rogues gallery that Spider-Man has to pull out. They get him, So my feelings for dude was like, man, he's gonna get backslapped in the first 15 minutes, and we're gonna get the real guy. But nah, this
He
movie
literally
surprised me.
he
Mhm.
literally kicked his own ass at one point in the movie. And I don't even feel like that's a spoiler. It kind of is, but it's light spoiler. Light spoiler.
Yeah,
He kicked his own ass.
That part had the whole theater roaring, man. This movie was so funny. Let's talk about the comedy in this movie because the whole theater for me was going off. The jokes were hitting. A lot of movies, the jokes don't hit, but this one, it was doing its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't like you know how the Marvel humor is kind of like deadpan or like like it's really like back and forth quips all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
This movie did it the right way. Like all these Spider-Man had their own quips, but it all made sense though. For everybody to be this way and landed every single time. I know a comedian writer would probably loved how the comedy was written in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Favorite
think my
Spider-Man? Who's a standout Spider-Man for you guys out of all of them in this top two?
Oh, let me go first, bro. Let me go first.
Mm.
I gotta say 2099. I ain't know much about them besides
Yeah.
what they showed in the video game because it's
Miguel.
a game. So Miguel was a standout, and Spider Punk. Everybody was a Spider Punk fan. I already knew he was black going in. So some people find out that he was black. They're like, "Word, we got another one." Yes, we do. We 2-0 now, baby.
Right.
Yeah, I liked him a lot too. He was one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, I mean, even when he took off his mask, Mom was like, "You're still cool even without the mask." I was like, "It's hopping for you, man." Yeah, I think Spider Punk was a dope character. Who else, man? Yeah, like Miguel was frightening, man. He kind of reminds me of a Bucky and the Captain American Winter Soldier story, where he was just like he was just gung ho about things being this way, and he would not stop to bang up Miles, man. I'm like, yo, dope ass character development once more, man.
Yeah.
Yo, number one for me is definitely Miles Morales. But that's like the obvious answer. So I'm gonna give you another one. The Ben Riley / Scarlet Spider.
Yes. Oh man, that was my second one. Damn you guys.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I laugh every time,
man. As a comic book fan, man, like if you read
Just in the rain
in the 90s, like yo, dude is like that. His comics, he's always emotional, like he always got some kind of inner turmoil going on, and play off that.
Yeah.
And then it'd be Andy Samberg. I was like, yo, perfect.
Yo.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Andy Samberg till you said that, but that's genius. And even the way he did
sound familiar, but I couldn't put two and two together.
Yeah, the way they played him was perfect for that late 90s comic book time when they had the Clone Saga and all that. And he came up and he was just depressed finding out he was the original Peter Parker and all this, whatever, the original. I was like, man, they did this perfect. The rain and him just there like, my sorrows. Oh, my heart. It's like back then when I was reading the comics, I was like, what are they doing to Spider-Man? But it worked. Man.
I liked Spider-Gwen's story arc. They did a really good job with her. Dr. Umar, you might need to take a seat, man. She'll ride or die, man. She might be she might be the one, Doc. She might be the one.
Umar, she did a lot. Well,
my brother.
That remind me of that shit on y'all remember that movie I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
Oh my god.
You remember when what's his name? Keenan Ivory Wayans, he was like, all right, I gotta take the neighborhood back. So I gotta recruit all these old black heroes. And he goes to the Black Liberation Front. So he sees all these old Black Panthers. He was like, yeah, man, I need y'all to do blah, 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 blah. And like the lady came, I was a white lady. It's like, yo, you married a white girl? It's like, yeah, that's my milk of magnesia. Like, come here, my fine ivory princess. I was like, bro, that's kind of how Gwen is, man. And Dr. Umar has some stuff to say about it, but I mean, it's an animated movie, bro. Like everything ain't gotta be like Black Panthers 24/7. Like,
not for Doc, man.
But we all for Black love, though.
Of course,
love Black love.
But we do. We need to see more of it, but But I will say there was an African woman that Miles did look at. There was a black woman. We'll talk about that in spoilers.
What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of Issa Rae in this? I thought she did a great job,
bro. I did not know that was Issa Rae. I feel so crazy. Really? I'm a fan of Issa Rae. I thought it was Tiffany Haddish. I thought it was Tiffany Haddish.
Wow, they got
I
Okay.
thought the voice.
for a minute.
It coulda
Yeah,
worked.
I know. I was. That's why I was surprised. I was like, maybe this is why I haven't seen her in none of the interviews because she got some stuff going around her right about now. But I thought it was Tiffany Haddish. I did not know that was Issa Rae. Shout out to Issa.
Yeah.
She came off as like a older sister that just be on your case. That for me, I've experienced that, so I was just like, oh damn, it was an older sister. That's the energy I got, older sister energy.
I don't know her from the comic books, but I like the fight choreography that she did with the motorcycle, whipping it around, hitting people with it. That was pretty cool. Real dope character. I want to see more of in the future.
Reckless. She was reckless because she was pregnant.
She's mad reckless.
Yeah.
She was pregnant. You're right. It was mad reckless.
She like 8 months pregnant. Like,
Just doing
Doing
flips out,
cartwheels, man.
recklessness, man.
She from Philly. That's not Brooklyn. That's Philly with the motorcycle.
Yeah, that was Philly,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Philly in the building. I will say I'm glad they didn't make her a single mom. She did mention she had a husband. I was like,
right,
we got one more point, Dr.
There
Umar.
we go.
You got a husband at home.
There you go. I even like Peter B. Parker's daughter with the crochet mask. I thought it was the most adorable thing after, and I guarantee they're going to make so much money selling crochet masks from now on from that movie. Man.
Especially for the newborn cosplayer dad who doesn't want to get all dressed up. He's like, I'm going as Peter Parker, man. Get this on. Get the toque.
The belly out. Everything,
yeah.
Shout out to
Ready for
Dad
Comic-Con. Yep.
So let's give our reviews real quick. This is a masterpiece to me. I'm giving it the 10. I'm ready to get into spoilers, so I'm gonna let y'all drop y'all scores real quick.
Highly recommend everybody go check this out in theaters, or else you're doing yourself a disservice of the arts. 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
Ooh, love it.
I
Okay.
have one
I'm going
gripe,
to
but-
give it a 9.25.
Get off the podcast. Get off.
Where's that exit
9.2.
button? 9.33333.
Like this nigga, or like in the dunk contest, everybody be like 10, 10, 10. This nigga be like 8. Hating ass nigga over here. 9.2. It was dope.
Yeah.
Definitely the greatest between this one and the first one, the greatest animated movie I've ever seen. Like it's up there, bro. It's primo. This is my thing. Like, how do I compare it to live action movies though? Because you can do some things in animation that you can't do in live action. Like since we're on the spoiler part of it now, the scene where it's like 500 spider people chasing Miles Morales.
Let me give a warning. All right, folks.
Okay.
Did everybody get their the bearded one didn't get his thing off.
Yeah.
Let the bearded one get his words off.
Yeah.
What number you want to give it?
Shoot. Out of 10, I give it about a 15. That's how I feel about it.
That's what we need. All right, folks, listening, we are at the 28-minute mark. We are jumping into spoilers. Spoiler warning. We're at the 20-minute mark, 28-minute mark. You know, we open the doors. We going wild. We going raw. Spoilers. All right,
Spoilsies. Yo, when it's like 500 spider people chasing Miles Morales, that was my favorite part of the movie. It was so creative. It was so pretty to look at. It was dope. But I'm like, yo, it's something you can't even do in a live action movie. If they ever found a way to replicate that sequence in a live action movie,
it would look
forget
wild.
Endgame. Forget that.
$200 million right on that scene alone.
Like a 4 or 5 minute sequence, 200 million.
Yeah.
That would be the greatest movie of all time. If they could pull that off.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about it as far as where does it stand as far as comparing it to live action hero movies. It's up there though. It's up there. But I don't know where I would put it as far as where would y'all put it at?
I'd say this is the movie that transcends the cartoon movie and those. This one's up there with the best of those movies to me. This is like the only it like I'm saying, everybody can go see this and take it in and be like, holy shit, this is actually a really good movie. You know, like people who doubt it. So I say it's up there, man. I say it's up there.
Agree.
Let me interject.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna give y'all. Let me drop a gem right now. By the end of the next movie, we will have a live action Miles Morales. Hear me out. By the end of that movie, they will introduce a live action Miles Morales. They're setting up the table and everything right now with that.
Right.
We've seen Donald Glover in live action as the Prowler, who
That's
we
my
met
point.
in
Oh, man.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
He already mentioned that he has a nephew. This Spider-Man is going beyond the Spider-Verse.
Mhm.
He's going to
Exactly.
be going into the MCU by the end of the third movie. We're ending the third movie with a live action Miles.
I don't even think we're ending. I think the movie's going to be like Roger Rabbit, like how that one was back in the day, where it's going to be cartoon and real people, like all interacting more.
Yeah, we're going to get Miles.
throughout
We're
the
going
movie.
to see him.
Yeah.
We're going to see real Miles. Yeah,
We're going to meet the real Miles in the third movie, and people
absolutely.
you're going to have to change your pants by the end of that movie. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much.
Too much.
Speaking back to that scene that you were talking about initially, I think that is like a meta, like do you know, like when you see spider eggs and the spider egg pops open, you see a million eggs popping out, like a million spiders coming out. I think that's what they were kind of going for when they made that spider, like them bust out of the base. It reminded me of a spider egg busting open. You know what I mean? Like,
My flesh is crawling now. Thanks a lot for that. All right.
Yeah.
it's something I observed while I was watching it. I was like, oh shit, they're really going for the spider metaphors in this.
Now,
How do you
what do
feel
you guys think about the Miles Morales Prowler? Because when I saw him with the jacket with the green and purple, I was like, oh, he evil in this universe. It was giving me Killmonger vibes.
Yeah.
Is he evil? We don't know yet. I think that's going to be the tag team that we've been begging for.
I would say like they really making it seem like he's evil without actually coming out and saying it. Maybe so.
Yeah, just because he got braids, he's evil, huh?
I mean, no, he kidnapped dude, tied him up. But then again, if you a hero and you see a clone of yourself, you probably would
tie him up.
So maybe he's not evil. I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna talk to the mom and he's gonna talk to the uncle, and the uncle's gonna be like, "Yo, the kid hugged me when he first saw me." The mom's gonna be like, "I thought that was you." The kid's gonna be like, "All right, let's see," and then they're gonna either untie him or Spider-Man Miles is gonna bust out of that thing like, "Look, I'm not trying to fight you here, but I do got some powers." Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna team up for a good amount of this movie.
Yeah, you want to make them realize that you don't have to be this evil. You know what I'm saying? In my world, I try to save my uncle at the last minute, but he died. The same could happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to happen. But then again, the expectations for me is that they're going to find some clever way to like play it off as far as possible, so it's not becoming cliche that they'll just team up.
Yeah,
I think
but
they're gonna kill him because that's a way to kill Miles Morales without killing Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? Just kill them all, so you can get that emotional big moment in the movie, kind of like when the uncle died in the first movie. I can see them doing that in the third joint.
Killing who? Which one? The
clone, not the clone, but the alternate universe,
the Prowler
one. Yeah,
he gone. I will say, Uncle Aaron definitely smashing Miles' mom. The way he gave her money, he's like, ain't nothing but thing.
Right.
I thought they was gonna go there. I thought they was gonna hug
he went there already.
I put that on a little note on Instagram. Miles Morales' mom is a MILF for sure. Like, definitely MILF.
Mucho caliente.
How do you feel about the play on the Uncle Ben's death, of how this is the moment that makes Spider-Man, and how Miles Morales has to let his father die, and he's like, do y'all hear yourselves? Like, I can't let that happen. And that's where the entire chase begins. How do you feel about that?
I love that part of it, bro. Yeah. I love that part of it. I think that's a part when you're talking about a movie about heroes and alternate universes and people with superpowers. It's like it's out there, but anytime you can have a moment that's relatable, it kind of it pulls you in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't care if the universe is state. I'm not gonna let my father get killed if I can stop it. So catch me if you can. So I think that's how everybody felt. So you kind of can identify in that moment.
Yeah, the best comic book movies challenge the hero to the furthest brink, and this one does that with these complex thoughts and questions that they raised in this movie, and even the way that the other Spider-Men were like, "Yeah, we know what was gonna happen. We didn't even want to come tell you, dog." It's like, what? Y'all were supposed to be my boys. You're not even gonna like tell me and help me cope with this. Yeah, so that was dope too. This storytelling was amazing. I think that is all a very good foreshadowing for the next movie, because he's even an outcast within his people of Peter Parkers and Spider-Man, just like Peter Parker is the original Peter Parker is an outcast with everybody in Queens. He's a geek, you know what I mean? All this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He even meets the other version, the Prowler version of him being an outcast. That's going to be very interesting to see how his complex situation makes him not have to lose everything in the third movie. You know, everything that they're unraveling right now is based upon their losses. But since he's different from all of them, it might not end up the same way as all of them. He might be that loophole that frees all of them out of that, having to watch their other Peter Parker in another universe get murdered instead of, you know, what they think's going to happen.
Good point. Good point.
Let me interject real quick. A big catalyst of this film, like the person plotting a lot, to me, was Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk joined that league. I think he went there just to see what they were about.
Yeah.
Because he was an anarchist. He don't really like authority. So he went there. He saw what they were about. He probably already knew beforehand what they were going to do to Miles. And he was probably like, not on my watch. And he was plotting. Because he set Gwen up so she could have a transporter. Yep. He quit when they were trying to do Miles dirty. So shout out to Spider-Punk, my British brother, my black brother. Oh, you get the Dr. Umar Award for 2023. Looking out for your fellow black man. He went against all these other white men, Spider-Man, and he's like, I'm going to stand with my brother Miles. Yeah. I'm going to hold my brother down and make sure he is safe. So shout out to Spider-Punk.
Yeah, that's why he's one of my favorites. That's why he's MVP. Top tier. That's why he's up there, man.
Yeah, man.
MVP, bro.
The way he was in there sneaking and grabbing things, like he was like, "What is this dude? Let me see."
Just taking it just cause.
What we got here? Let's see what I can do with that. I was like, "Yo, I love this guy."
I want to see more Spider-Punk cosplay, man.
Yeah, I was so disappointed by Peter Parker. And he's just like, you just gotta let it happen, man. It's like, what are you talking about?
Nah, bro.
Like, where do you do that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking
about that, bro? Just gotta let it happen. Yeah, okay. I was like, nah, man. Peter Parker broke my heart in this movie, man.
Let it happen.
How do you feel about Miguel revealing the fact that Miles was a mistake? That the spider was from a different universe.
He hating, bro. He hating like hell because he messed up. Hating ass vampire. He needs to go call something and chill.
Yeah.
Hating
jealous.
ass nigga.
Hating ass. Well, I messed up so nobody else could do it. Sit your hating ass down.
Yeah, this whole situation is based off of the parameters that he built.
Right.
Yeah. So he could be wrong. That's what I'm saying. In the third one, he's gonna be like, "Oh, damn, I was wrong." You know, like.
And it's the thing too, because like I want to say in some of the universes, it was the uncle that died, but in other universes, it's the father that died. So how can you even be sure? It kind
or
of flip.
The captain's.
Or it was Peter Parker who made himself Lizard Man who died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He already lost his Uncle Aaron. They want him to lose his dad too. They want a black man to have no father figures in their life. Right. Umar, you right?
Where's Umar when you need him, man? Where's Umar?
This nigga just gonna bust through the movie screen. My brothers and sisters.
5 lashes.
They trying to eliminate all the black father figure. The other thing, I know this is gonna be irking some people, man. The fact that his last name is Morales. And we all know it's because Marvel don't want to pay for the name Miles Davis. So the dad took his wife's last name.
So that's the story behind it. I always wondered about it, but I thought it was just some kind of new age thing. They're trying to be.
Nah, they wrote a story saying that, you know, he did so much dirt back in the day with his brother that he decided to leave that life behind and he took his wife's last name. But real talk is they don't want him to be Miles Davis. They don't want to pay for Miles Davis. Miles Morales is just fine, but yeah, his name should be Miles Davis, but they don't want to pay.
I know a lot of black
people
with Spanish last names, Santiago Diaz, you know. There's a lot of black Spanish.
The man's last name is Davis. He took his wife's name and Miles took the name.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That's
progressive. That's very progressive of him.
Yeah, right.
And again, man, hey, listen.
They could have just left it, and they would have been fine. They didn't have to come with all that.
She might have put it on. I think she put it on him and was like, "Yo, just go ahead and take my last name." And he was
like, "Davis, who?
I ain't never had. Never had.
So WAP is confirmed. Rio WAP confirmed.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why Uncle Aaron had to get a taste in Earth 42.
Let me ask all this, bro.
Mm.
Side note. So, if your brother passes away, is his
No.
wife, girlfriend off limits? Wife/girlfriend
Oh, yes,
Off
off
limits,
limits.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
off limits? Off
Yeah.
limits?
Yeah.
That's family.
What if it's no
Absolutely.
kids though? What if it's no kids? I feel like it would be
Nah.
Still
weird
nasty,
if it's
man.
kids
He
involved.
gonna
But
he
what
gonna
if
be
there's no
watching
kids?
as you clapping cheeks. He gonna haunt you.
Listen, man.
He gonna tickle your toes.
Absolutely off
It's
limits.
for you, bro.
He tickling your toes.
Scumbag award of the year.
Exactly. That's a scumbaggery,
Cheek-
skullduggery.
cheeks is
Man.
vicious, though.
Yeah.
But how did y'all like the first scene with Gwen's backstory and then her fighting the parchment version of the Vulture? I thought that entire sequence was just
Beautiful.
Yo,
Beautiful,
explain
man.
that. Explain to me what happened. Were
Spectacular.
they trying to say that she was like adopted into that family or something? Like, how did that happen? Because Peter Parker dies, but is that her brother or is that supposed to be
No.
her
That's a
Friend.
family
adopted
friend. That's family friend.
Yeah, just he was his
Oh.
friend that they
Yeah,
were
they all
kind
wait,
of
grew up
so
starting
why
to
in the
was
date.
there-
area.
Why was her father so mad?
Because that's like
Just-
family. Like he was like a brother. He's always at the house. He's that nerdy
Yeah.
kid. He's like
Okay.
Steve. He wanted to smash, but he never got a chance, and he died when he was. So it's like Steve Urkel never getting to smash.
Yeah.
anymore.
good point.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
That scene was amazing. The fight scene was great. The metaphor that they were saying on screen, like, is this actually art? And they're like, yeah, it's actually art. And Vulture was hating, like, this old man was hating on this new flashy comic book, saying that's not art. And, and us little kids reading it, like, yeah, this is art. It was on the big screen right there for all of us to see in the fight. So I thought that was absolutely spectacular. The metaphor in that was dope.
And
The artists knew what they were doing with that scene. I also like how they drew the spot and how you see how like some of the like rough stencils when you're like doing the outline of a character when you're drawing, they left some of those rough stencils in his design to show that he's
Yeah.
transparent. I was like, yo, we have a trans villain in the month of June.
There you go. Pride Month. Perfect.
Pride month, baby.
there you go. I do
very progressive.
I like the fact that they're bringing back the characters from the first Spider-Man for the third one because I can't get enough of Nicolas Cage's noir Spider-Man. To me, he was the star, well, co-star of the first one. So him coming back with his one-liners forward.
Isn't he supposed to get like a show or something like that of his own? Is he supposed to get something?
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard
Something
something
about that.
But I heard it's gonna be a live action show on Amazon, but not with Nicolas Cage, like some other Spider Noir.
Oh.
They're doing it.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Sony's just like, yo, we're gonna throw shit out, and if you like it, we love it. If you don't, we're on to the next one.
Tax right off.
We're gonna forget it happened.
Morbius, what? Huh? That's the energy they're on. But I like that we are getting the old group with the new group. The Indian Spider-Man. I feel like Miles really did him a solid by helping out with that captain, and his universe didn't diverge or whatever. So I don't think, like you said, Miguel's theory is completely correct. I feel like he's just capping and hating, and we're going to further explore that in the third film. I am expecting to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland either in a cartoon or real life form in the third film because they hinted at it in this one. We saw a scene with Toby in the background.
He was in the background.
We saw a scene with Andrew. We didn't get to see anything with Tom Holland, but we did get to see the Prowler from his universe.
Right.
So I feel like we're gonna get a cartoon form of all three. I feel like they're holding it. I told you they just gave us the tip with this one. The third movie, we're gonna get every Spider-Man from live action. We're gonna get a live action Miles and it's gonna be dope as hell.
The veins are gonna hit the ridges.
Okay.
The third one.
Going in raw, Nick Cannon.
That one's going raw hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a wild take, man. I think in the third movie, Lego Spider-Man might save the day. Just
get the hell out of here. Bro.
Listen, man. I was in tears when his little gadget came up and he was like, boop, boop. And then whatever. Listen, man. Lego Spider-Man might just be the MacGuffin.
I could
That
see
shit
something
was
happening.
funny because they like legit. You could tell it was somebody just making the noise. I was like, boop, 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 boop. I was in the theater week. Like, yeah, that's
Now, wasn't Jay Jameson talking about the bad guy six in the movie? I swear, when he was
Yeah, they
talking,
showed you him with he had the top missing with his hair.
and he was talking about the bad guy six. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it just flashed in my head.
Sinister
Yeah,
Six.
he was talking about Sinister Six, so we could see them in the third movie also. Now, the one thing about this movie that I was like, what the hell are they doing? Was when they had the bad guys, they had their masks off, and the bad guys could see who they were while they were all locked up in this orange like cocoon type of thing.
Oh.
We have all these bad guys from all these other universes too. What if someone breaks out and says, "Yo, Parker's right over there," or that person's Spider-Man, Spider person?
But then they were like, "Who? Parker."
Base. Everybody left the base, and all these bad guys were in there when all this explosions, commotions were happening.
yeah.
What happened in there?
Don Glover got out, bro. I have a feeling
So
he's out. He's gone. Who knows?
he escaped.
No
All it takes is one bad guy to escape, and it's out of the whole thing is out of there. The whole situation is gone.
But what would be crazy after that? Like, bro, I saw cartoons. I saw talking dinosaurs. All kinds of shit, dog.
They're like, yeah, buddy, whatever. He's like, he's Spider-Man.
Let me tell you what the peak of the comedy was for me. They found a way to make that Spider-Man point and other Spider-Man joke that we just seen like 4 or 5 different times in movies or whatever. They put a new spin on it. So it's like
they got me.
100 different Spider-Man. Like, I was okay. I didn't think that would be fun.
Casey, let me piggyback on your theory. Let's say the Prowler does escape. He comes back into the MCU. Peter Parker don't exist, my guy. Peter Parker don't exist in the MCU.
Yeah.
Due to Doctor Strange's spell.
Yeah.
What he gonna do with that information? Peter Parker's
Sony's gonna movie. Sony's gonna hold him hostage till Marvel begs and pleads for Donald Glover. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have that barrier of realistic money in the way.
Right. Yo.
But that would be dope though if that's an entry to get him in the movie in the real world.
I'm telling you, third movie we getting live action Miles. I don't know who's gonna be playing them.
Yeah,
but we getting them.
I like the fact how they even incorporated like the live action Andrew Garfield Spider-Man to explain like the death of Uncle Ben and why that is so traumatic and it has to happen. I'm like, damn, they really like this movie did a better job of the multiverse than Doctor Strange did, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, does it have to happen?
That's the point.
Right? Because if you've already got your humbling some way, does it have to happen? That's the question the movie is kind of asking to me for the third one.
They're trying to take all our black father figures from Miles.
Yeah, every single one.
Every last one. Even the man at the bodega, he ain't safe.
No, he wasn't. He almost got murdered.
No black male father figures are safe in front of Miles. Watch your ass, Spider-Punk, because you might be next too.
Now, would you guys like to see a movie or a TV show by Spider-Punk or another Spider character? Like a smaller product, a piece of media?
Give him his own movie, man.
Yeah. Yo, a live action Spider-Punk movie would be wild, like filmed in London with a crazy like punk soundtrack. I'm for it, but I'm kind of not for it, but I am for it.
It's got to be set in the 90s because that was like peak punk era. Was like the late 80s, early 90s. Like, oh man, that would be amazing.
I'm for it. I'm for it on Netflix.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
Looking like Morbius. What you about to say, King? Looking like Morbius in Future.
Just taking it in, man. Taking it in.
Paul, this is a movie that y'all want to see again soon before it comes on, Blu-ray or Disney Plus.
I just want to see it again. I don't care where I see it again.
One at a time.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I just want to see the movie again. I don't care how I see it streaming or in the theater. I gotta see it again.
Akil, go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard that it's coming on streaming next month, which is kind of
Damn.
concerning on the 28th of
Really?
July.
Mm,
But I don't know how true that is. They're saying it's coming on video on demand. I guess because the summer is so packed with hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
Like you gotta realize next week is
Transformers.
Transformers. The week after that is Flash. And it's just movie after movie after movie. They're kind of just like, all right, let's enjoy this week because we know next week is Transformers week. Because Transformers is gonna have China in the chokehold.
Oh, yeah.
We already know they choking them out right now.
Asia loves the robots.
They love the robots. Even though we got colored people in this movie, they're gonna just put Optimus in the front, put all the Puerto Ricans in the back. So
There you go. That's it.
I will say this movie did not have Pete Davidson in it, and he's in everything.
Maybe
This
they
is like
did.
the one movie I didn't see Pete Davidson in. He was
That's
in
a fact.
Guardians 3. He was in Fast X. He's in the new Transformers movie.
Yeah.
This is
He's everywhere.
the
He's
one
working
movie.
for free.
What is it about Pete Davidson that they're like, you know what? I want that guy in my movie. Go ahead.
I think what
don't
Pete
know. He
Davidson's
just
thing
works
is,
for something.
it's because he's a white dude with a big penis, and white guys are like, "Yo, we finally got our unicorn," and they're trying to prop him up because he's like, they're
Kinda hype him up.
He's the one. He's the
Who
chosen
knows
one.
what another magical white penis will come along like this?
Yeah, man.
Who knows?
So they're just so excited.
legend.
They're like, "Yo, he's our chosen one. He may not be the best looking or the funniest, but he out here swinging for all of us." And they're propping him up so he can swing on behalf of all white men. That's my Pete Davidson
Take that, you
theory.
big lip, big penis, black, Negroes.
So, like all these Negroes are out, like because all these black men been in and out of Kardashians. Pete did it for the white man.
For the
Pete
whites,
did it for the white man. He told them all about it. He said it wasn't even that good. Pete did it for him. Pete, that's why they propped him up. They're like, "Yo, Pete, I'm only working with 6. So you out here, you got to do it for me." And that's what Pete is out here doing. He's doing it for them, and white men are happy and proud. They see themselves in Pete.
So you're saying it's going to be a white Pete Davidson summer coming up then?
It's
gonna
a Pete Davidson summer. This man was in Kim Kardashian. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in Fast X. He was in, what else was he in? Damn, the new Transformers coming out. He got a new show. Who knows?
Yeah,
We might watch
That
Spider-Man
nigga's
3.
busy as shit.
Pete Davidson might be a Spider-Man. It might be a Spider Pete.
Hey, he
that-
already nerdy.
You know what?
Nerdy
I
and
can see it
skinny.
happening.
That's half the battle.
Say
right there
it ain't
for
gonna
Spider-Man.
happen. Part 3 ain't gonna have Pete Davidson in it.
Yeah, they got to go Staten Island.
Yep.
Sure.
There
His
you go.
name's
He
already
repping Staten.
Peter.
Yeah.
His name's already Peter. Put him in. He gonna be in the third one.
And it's wild because he won't even be in constant. It would just be him like, yeah,
It was
Spider Man.
Pete Davidson with a Spider-Man t-shirt on. He ain't gonna have no
Just a spider
I
tattoo on
guess
his
I'll
chest.
web him. I guess. I don't know. I might,
And the
I don't
white
know
men are
about
gonna clap.
doing
He's here, guys. He's holding it down for us.
Our savior.
Just
And
a
it's likely
grimy
because
spider
of that
tattoo on his
penis,
chest. That's it.
He's like,
No
"Yeah,
shirt.
Your powers. I got a big penis for a white guy. That's about that.
Get out there and swing it.
I ain't swinging webs. I'm swinging meat.
No.
He's swinging meat.
Swinging meat.
The fact that Kanye was just so mad that he was smashing.
Kanye was in
Kardashian.
shambles, bro.
That was hilarious.
I listen.
That
on
was
some petty
hilarious.
junk, I really think Kim might have just sent Kanye a random text like, "Look, the white boy dick is bigger than your dick."
Yeah, man.
That burnt that nigga Kanye up.
That ruined his career.
That's what drove him crazy.
That's
You
what
know
it
I'm saying?
was.
Put him over the edge.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. In fact,
Put
ain't
him over
Pete
the edge.
Davidson Jewish? I want to say he's Jewish.
I don't know what he is.
I
That's
have no
why
idea.
Kanye
Just-
don't like
he's just
Jewish
Staten
people.
Island.
It was
That's
Pete.
it,
It was
man.
Pete Davis, man. Pete
His
Davis.
superpower is he has an above average penis for a white guy, and they're holding him down. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna put this man on everything. We want the world to know that white men can carry weight too. We can be out here swinging too."
He's got a big schlong.
That's his power. He's doing the Spider-Verse. Y'all laughing. Spider-Verse Part 3. He's gonna be in there with no powers, just meat. Just meat. That's all he's
Just
showing
meat.
up.
You know
all
what,
it is.
man? The
Straight
more and more
salami.
y'all talk about it, I can see it. I can see
Exactly.
this being like,
Pause.
yeah. I'm here.
Pause.
Right,
Pause.
We
Pause.
ain't
Right,
pausing in June.
Pause.
It's
Right,
June.
man.
We don't pause in
No
June.
pause moments, dog. It's
We ain't
pride.
pausing in June.
It's all play. It's all play.
Don't play,
You know
baby.
what?
It's all play.
His dick.
Play.
And then the whole pause thing makes no sense. Like, what does that even mean? Like, hey, bro, let's pause this moment and live in this moment. What does pause really mean?
It's like when you unintentionally say some stuff
No,
that's
instead
like
we're gonna live through that.
uber gay, and you not gay. If you gay, I mean, pause for what? You know, you
We ain't
just
pausing, bro.
living your best life, boo.
We live it. Yeah,
But
you sassy savage right now. We are not
if you
pausing.
straight, it's like, just pause, take a minute, just think about what you said.
We ain't pausing, bro.
Just think about it.
It's funny because no pause came about because no homo was so blatant. You know what I'm saying? We're like, no, we can't say no homo no more. What else can we say?
Homo.
Pause. Give time to like think about it. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna tie this back to the movie. As the Prowler said, we're gonna keep moving forward.
there we go.
We ain't pausing. Keep moving forward, Pete. Keep moving forward,
Yo, speaking of pause, have y'all seen that? And this is all top a little bit, but have y'all seen Cameron's sports show? Is Cameron and Mace?
Yes, I love that.
I watched some bits.
Pause. Oh my god, it's
amazing.
pause every 5 minutes. Yo, pause. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, the whole show. It's 35% pause. Like, yo, pause, bro. Like, pause.
Now I have a question. I'm gonna relate this to the movie. How would you get like somebody like a Dipset type of era person to watch this movie? Because like Jim Jones, he's like, I ain't with that cartoon, that anime nerd.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's that mindset that they have, but they're gonna miss out on the good movies. So how would you sell, I guess, this movie to them?
You just gotta say like, your son is in New York, beat. That's it.
It's for the culture, bro. It's New York. New York.
New York.
Mad New York.
Leave him let him miss out. Let him miss out.
I know that.
Let him miss out on greatness. I ain't losing my hair or my sleep to try to get him to watch it.
Yeah, what the shit he said was lame too. He was like, I can't be watching anime. I was like, what are you? Shut up. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I can't stand it, bro. You damn near 50 years old still trying to prank. Won't you all like Love and Hip Hop, nigga? That's a reality show. So you can watch a reality show, but you can't watch something like, you sound stupid, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's corny.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. We hit the hour mark.
Yes,
Geeksalad, let the streets know where they can reach you and where you're at and what you got coming up soon.
For sure. I'm Arya the King.
And I'm Judy Bird 1, and y'all can catch us every week on StreamYard, like our good brothers here. We stream we do IG lives every Friday night with, again, dope people, creators, artists, influencers, all of the above, just dope people in general. Every Sunday we record a podcast and we release that shortly on YouTube as well. So if you go to our IG page, we have a link tree. You can listen to our podcast, you can watch our podcast, you can watch our lives. And while y'all there, subscribe to everything: TikTok, YouTube, IG,
all that
everything.
All that shit.
Merch is coming soon, so be on the lookout. And bucket hats for big head niggas is coming out too. So be on the lookout.
That's how you bring it full circle right there. That's right there.
I love the skit that you did with when your sneaky link flops on you and you got the cream and the cream flies into your hand.
Oh yeah, look.
That's great.
That's
looking like it's full from the last time I seen that, but okay, you've been putting in work.
I'm gonna have fun regardless, guys.
I'm gonna get mine regardless. I'm leaving here with something.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. So,
yeah, man.
Thanks for having us on, man. We
of course, it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys, man. This was great.
Folks, you can reach us at the Bacchanal. That's BACCHANAL. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We got dope ass Facebook group, the Bacchanal fan page. We out there being ratchet. It's a private Facebook group, so just send a request. I'll let you in. Just answer the questions. But we
don't be sensitive.
We're wilding out in there. We don't want people losing their jobs. So feel free to join our group. It's a safe space to be ratchet. And I feel like we all need a safe space to be ratchet. So join that group. I believe I have a show coming up this Friday at the Dirty Bull, doing some stand-up. Come check me out if you're in Durham, North Carolina, Friday at 8. Casey, what you got? You got anything coming up?
Nothing right now. I'm going to be doing some live streaming of Street Fighter and playing some of that. Taking all challengers. Who wants it? Who wants to smoke? Because I'm going to be here this week. Catch me
Talk your
Tuesday
shit,
nights.
KC.
I'm gonna be there 8 p.m. So check me out on K to the Games on Twitch. I will be there streaming live and on YouTube also on the Back and Out YouTube.
You out here doing the
webpage.
open invitation? Oh, we got a comment. Let me show it. Man pumped the lotion and nothing came out. Oh my god!
Called it.
You know, Ed,
Got him.
no shame in my game.
Fucking
No shame.
We
Ambidextrous.
fucking-
Ambidextrous. Since 12, nigga. Since 12, nigga. 30 years in this shit, nigga.
He ain't amateur with this.
That lotion
Doesn't sleep
bottle
next
said,
to
"No."
Don't remind me of this meme. Somebody made a meme. It was like, yo, the disrespect that women give trying to give you like a hand job. Like, you realize I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And you just like, come on. I'm an 18th level master at this shit. Like, what you doing? Like, this time.
That
That's cute.
lotion
Like,
model so mad at you. It's like, stop. Leave me alone.
I'm already dead. Stop.
Oh man, that comment made my night. I think we
Yeah.
That's it.
Show, man.
That's the
All
one.
right, y'all. Thank you for having us, or
Yes,
for
man.
us having you.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
our show now. We did
I
some
don't
other
know.
show. So we got another show, nigga.
That comment put me in shambles. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right,
Thanks for
y'all.
coming on,
Everybody
man.
be
It's an
safe.
absolute pleasure.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Be
Okay.
good, man.
All right, another episode of the Back and Out in the Bag. See you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.